something I can see turning out of that black hole, two luminous discs. The eyes, it might be a face, might be almost a... But heavens, something wriggling out of the shadow like a gray snake. Now it's another one, and another one, and another one. They look like tentacles to me. Oh, yeah, I can see the thing's body now. It's large as a bear. It glistens like wet leather, but that face, ladies and gentlemen, it's indescribable. I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it. It's so awful. The eyes are black, and they gleam like a serpent. The mouth is a kind of V-shape with saliva dripping from its rimless lips and seem to, quiver and pulsate.
Alister and Saint have spent too long in this labyrinth of a house, running past the tricks of Springwood's design and the haunting past of this twisted old ski lodge. The time has come to end the evil of Springwood Lodge once and for all, and Saint and Alister must stab at the heart of the beast.
Literally, in this case.
When we last left our characters, Saint Garcia Flores had successfully dispatched the right-hand man of Dr. Julian Springwood. And Alister had successfully turned one of the other henchmen into a human pinata, suffering great amounts of damage, I guess injuries, or what they're called in the real world.
I'm not having a good day.
No, you're not. We hardly call it damage. Going to the doctor like, all right, what's your damage?
I mean, me when I go to the therapist, yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Having taken significant injuries, Alister decided his best bet was to attack the ringleader of this terrible psychic circus by bashing open the door leading into what is believed to be Springwood's study. Alister, you burst in through that door, your shoulder checking the side of the door frame as you smash past the door frame, and you stumble into this rightmost room, catching your balance after the impact, and take a quick look around you. This is a familiar setup, a setup you have seen multiple times with Dr. Julian Springwood and his associates. The building you're in, the room rather, looks quite a bit like a church. Although, unlike the one downstairs or the one in the deserts of New Mexico, this one is much smaller. Only about 8 chairs, facing toward an informal podium. And a large... Is quilted a good phrase for an armchair? That doesn't sound right. I'm thinking like a full-blown like Sherlock Holmes chair.
Oh, I think it'd be wingback chair is what you're thinking
Wingback,
of.
thank you.
That's the type of chair that you're imagining.
Yeah, not quilted. At a large wingback chair facing away from you.
This motherfucker is such a Bond villain.
Afternoon.
Me just
Agent McAndrews.
Start smacking the giant. I'm not actually going to, but I'm just imagining Alister. I'm done with this bullshit mode. Just like start smacking the giant tuning fork on shit, yelling, "Springwood, you little bitch! You better have my money." Anyway. Okay. What's it facing? Like, if it's facing away from me, it is facing the wall. Is there a fireplace in here?
The chair is facing an elaborate, if these were doors, I would call them double doors, but it's like an elaborate, like almost two-sided window. That is arched window that is like looking out onto the snow.
Oh, okay.
It looks exceptionally dark.
Outside? Okay. Is there anything... So this is like 8 chairs facing a podium. Is there any kind of like altar type thing? Is there anything like what we saw downstairs that was hooked up to all that wiring that we think that like the visitor would have gone in?
No, not in here.
Balls. That's interesting. Well, I just crashed through a door. I don't think there's a whole lot of point in trying to be like stealthy. You kind of blew that option. I'm also... I have a crowbar, I guess, which I'm not very good at using. And so holding the crowbar...
how good do you have to be at a crowbar? You just gotta swing.
Holding the crowbar kind of out to the side, the way that he was nominally taught to do with a service weapon, Alistair's gonna kind of stalk his way over to try to, see if there's anybody sitting in the chair.
You approach that armchair, and as quiet as you think you can possibly be, it's not quiet enough. Because just when you get toward the back of it, you can hear from the other side. Have a seat, Alistair.
Okay. I wasn't sure whether he was in here or not. Now I know. The question is, how am I gonna try to let this guy... Am I gonna let this guy play mind games with me a little bit again?
It's a good question.
Is my curiosity gonna get the better of me? Yeah, of course it is. What am I talking about?
Oh yeah, I mean, Alistair? Yes, absolutely.
Is there, another chair that's facing this window, or... is there, a pair of armchairs, or is it just the one?
It's just the one. So you'll have to sit in the audience.
So, hang on. Let me just... I need to make sure I'm figuring this out correctly. So you've got... Is where the, altar would be on a church, is that the window?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So the podium... I think I was imagining this as being on, the side of the building. Okay, so he would be, back
it is
to
the side of the building.
Yes, but it was as opposed to the side of the building being, the chairs are facing the window. That's the part I was not figuring out.
Yes, sorry.
I think I will take a seat in the audience, then.
As soon as you do, you can hear the voice from the other side of the chair again. Why can't you let me and my people be, Alistair?
Oh, interesting question.
Was it not enough for you that you had to embarrass me in New Mexico? Now you have to come here and make sure we can't even have peace in our own sanctuary?
Alistair, still, somewhat the worse for wear. Is he still facing away from me and just, talking to the window or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
He's a tool for it. You've proven yourself an unacceptable risk to operational security, to start with.
Your security, Alistair, not mine. I will be honest that I have no respect for your department or anything that you and your people do. There is a power out there that people like you want to contain as tightly as possible and lock it away from the rest of us. I want to make that power available to other people, to expand human consciousness, to expand what we're capable of. And it doesn't belong in your little storage lockers. Your security is your concern, it is not mine.
Dr. Springwood, I'm sure you care deeply about the free flow of information, as long as you're the one controlling the spigot, of course. This is precisely why people like you can't be allowed around this sort of thing. Because you see it, and all you see is an opportunity to manipulate and self-aggrandize and turn yourself into king of the petty little hill. It's just that you can read people's minds to do it. Which makes you my problem.
It is not lost on me, then, that you came all the way up to the top of my petty little hill to meet me. Do you want power too, Alistair? I have a feeling you might.
In his best, I went to New England prep school voice. Alistair says, Scientia potentia est, Dr. Springwood. I think you and I have a different concept of the attractions of power. There are ends to this scenario that involve the department letting you go, Dr. Springwood, eventually. We're interested in your process, not your person.
Alistair, it should come as no surprise to you, but I've read your mind. The entire time you've been in here, I've been rooting through... Well, you've had an eventful last couple of weeks, haven't you? What process were you interested in when you shot at the organism you found in Walla Walla, Washington? Are you going to shoot at me, Alistair? Every time you opened a door in my home, I opened one in your mind. I've seen what you're capable of, and I don't think I like it. I don't think our concept of power is all that different, Alistair.
You've been reading my mind. Then you know that I come from a long line of politicians, businessmen, lawyers. I may not be in the habit of compromising, but that doesn't mean I don't know how to make a deal.
Keep talking.
No, Dr. Springwood, I don't want to shoot you. I doubt you want to get shot. My proposal is this. You take your people, and you leave Springwood Lodge. You leave your experiments, you leave your equipment, you preserve your subculture, you set up your church somewhere else. My employers come in, take the technology, and you're free.
Free, presumably until I wind up on your radar again. Alistair, I think you've found enough of my father's findings that you know why I can't just simply leave my things with you. Do you know it was not even 15 miles from here where that meteorite hit this Earth? He bought it off a farmer whose property it had landed on. He had no idea what was in that rock, and he thought it might have just been a fun little tourist attraction. Something to boost attendance at this rotting ski lodge. You can have the rock if that's what you want. I'm keeping the gold inside. The visitor stays with me, Alistair.
Now, Dr. Springwood, where my employers would regard you taking the visitor as unlawful possession of classified material, the exorcist in the other room would see it as kidnapping. And you and St. Garcia Flores have a lot more friends in common than you and I do. Do you really want to get out of here and have the whole community turned against you? Because I've seen him work, and I don't doubt that he has the force of personality to pull it off.
Speaking of the exorcist, let's switch back real quick to what St. Garcia Flores is getting up to. Saint, you successfully felled the henchman with the dragon tattoos. There is one remaining cult member.
Yep.
I think it's the one with the baseball bat.
That sounds
Or,
right.
no, it's the one with the knife.
Okay.
Because the one with the baseball bat went after Alistair.
Okay.
And got curtained.
Yeah. I think their initiative is before mine, if I remember correctly, so...
Yeah, I believe so. In which case, that cultist is going to come swinging at you with the knife. That's going to be... Okay, that's +1 to fight. Plus this roll, which evened out completely to a 0. So that's a 1.
Okay.
So, congrats on your probably very likely defense.
We'll see. I think I just barely made it. I've got 2 negatives, a neutral, and a positive, so that's a -1, and with my +3, that evens out to a 2. So yeah, just barely managed to...
Alright, that's a complete... what did you roll? What was your defensive stat?
I used fight, and I rolled a 2 overall.
Okay, cool. Yeah, alright, so you probably successfully, block that, then.
Yep, just barely.
As you are counter-fighting.
Yep.
Cool, then you're up.
Okay. I'll roll to hit back with fight also. That is a negative, a neutral, and 2 positives. So that is a 1 plus my 5 for my fight and my weapon. So that's a 6.
Okay, that's a -2. +1, so that's a -1. So that's 5 points of damage. So that's... Go ahead and just...
No, if it's a -1, that's 7 points of damage.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. That's 7 points of damage. So go ahead and do what you're going to do.
Well, how much do they have left is the question. Like, where's that going?
I believe this particular cultist has a moderate and a severe consequence left.
Okay, so...
So I'm going to say they can absorb that severe consequence.
Okay. I'd like to pitch the idea being that they get... I think my milds, I have a -1 to attack. Oh, so I have a -1. So actually they are just taking a 6. I forgot about that. But still, that would be their severe consequence. Effect should be that they have a -2 to attack.
Yeah, that seems agreeable to me.
And I'm going to say that the, like, visual of that is that I, like, hit them in the arm. I'm not going to take off their arm, but it's, like, their dominant arm, so they have to attack with the off arm.
All right, sounds good. Then they're going to roll back at you. they're going to do another attempt with the exact same move. They're just going to try to stab.
It's so funny that you were like, I think that, like, the exorcist is going to view this as a kidnapping. He's viewing it as, like, more personable. And, like, he's really charismatic. Like, he's going to work with the community or whatever. And I'm out here, like, taking people's arms off.
Yeah,
this show is very funny. Anyway.
Yes, it is.
So, what'd he do?
So, anyway, that character just rolled a flat 0. That was 4 complete neutrals. Plus a 1. So, same roll as last time.
But with -2 for their severe consequence.
But with -2, so actually, yeah, that's a -1.
Okay. That's a -2 neutrals and a positive, so that evens out to a 3 for me.
Great. Then the knife misses you again, and it's once again your turn.
Okay. 2 negatives, a neutral, and a positive. So that's a -1 with my 5. That's a 4.
Great.
Oh, no, sorry, that's a 3.
Well, the only damage he can take is a moderate consequence, so that's a knockout.
Is he going to roll to defend himself, or are we just going to accept
Oh,
the fact
my
that
God,
I've
you're right.
destroyed this?
I honestly did just assume instant victory.
No.
I mean, the way I've been rolling, man.
I mean, but a 3 is feasible. There's a way to, you know.
That is going to be +1, so that's a 2.
Okay. So that's a 1.
Well, -2 to attack, if we're doing -2 overall as -2 to fight, then that's back down to 0. That being said, the only thing they can take is a moderate is the only stress they can take.
Okay.
Because even if they take 2 to stress, that still leaves 2 left over for consequences. So that's a moderate consequence. So that is a knockout.
Okay.
Great. Then Saint, how do you dispatch non-lethally this cult member?
I think it's gonna be like hilt to the head. I'm gonna try and like catch him on the way down because I don't want him to like hit his head again and get like a horrible concussion or whatever. It's not nice. It's still not gonna be pleasant, but like I'm trying my best. Yeah, and then it's just me and the bodies of people in this fucking room. Thank God none of them are dead, but we'll see. So that is machete away from me. And I think to take up the amount of time that like is between like you guys having that conversation, because I think that took longer than what I just did. I'm gonna try at least like kind of bandage up these guys that are bleeding out severely because I don't want them to die. I have a medical kit, so
cool. Go ahead and give me an appropriate roll to match to administrate that.
Okay. So I don't have anything. I'm just rolling a neutral here. I'm just rolling just straight. But I have a bunch of fate points, so you know. Blue, which I'm going to use here because I rolled 2 negatives and two positives. Cool. I'm going to use my other lucky to reroll. And I rolled 3 negatives and a neutral. Christ almighty.
No! The narrative really wants this dude to die.
No!
I know, but like...
Okay, well, I still have, like, I have so many fate points. I'm literally just going to... I give up. This is another 2 negatives and 2 positives, so at least that's a 0. So I don't kill him.
You administer 1 Band-Aid.
You tie like one tourniquet and you're like, well, all right.
Yeah, I think the thing here is I'm looking and I'm like, I don't have as much as I thought I did, even looking at my inventory, so it's like I just don't have enough to like fully apply medical aid, is that's what we're gonna say is what's happening here.
Maybe it's a bit of a rush job.
Yeah.
I
mean, alternatively, also, last time I saw Alistair, he was not doing very good, and I want to make sure he's not dead.
Sure.
Thanks.
So you wrap some legs as best you can, and the floor is still yours, where you want to go. I presume after Alistair, but
Yep, I'm going into that room.
You walk into this room, this kind of faux church that I described earlier, and you see Alistair sitting on one of the chairs, facing the back of this wing armchair, and again, there is the window that everything seems to be focused toward at the front. Saint, can I get empathy out of you?
I mean, yes, every day, basically. God, I've been rolling so bad. Come on. Thank God. That's a negative and 3 positives, so that is a 2 plus my 4, which is a 6.
Saint?
Yeah?
Vibes are fucked.
Okay, well, I think I probably could have told that without rolling a 6 on empathy, but that's fine. Here's my question. Do I see Springwood Sr. in here? For the people listening at home, Ben just kind of looked at me with a smile for, like, all of that silence.
As horrible as your time here in Springwood Lodge has been, your encounters with the supernatural have been mixed. While you can tell that there's something deeply wrong with this place, you haven't really stumbled upon any malevolent energy outside of the ballroom. Not the ballroom. You haven't really stumbled across any sort of malevolent energy outside of the study that one time when a powerful force knocked that book out of your hands. You can feel that same malevolent energy in here.
Okay.
It's almost creating a vacuum effect in the room.
Okay.
Like the space is warping to contain it. He's not in any of the chairs. He's not really here. But at the same time, he very definitely is. Even if he hasn't quite manifested here yet. But his aura is all around you. And like a horrible stench, it's masking everything else.
I'm gonna walk forward to, like, stand just behind Alistair. And just kind of... I'm gonna wait and see, because he's just been sitting in here, presumably, the whole time I've been on the other side, and I'm like, I want to know what he's doing before I start jumping in and making judgments.
I'm going to say that Springwood says something to the effect of, "Fine then, I'll just have to dispatch with the exorcist." Right as Saint walks in from having been not dispatched. Which means, Saint, there's your opportunity for a hero line.
Sorry, did you have anyone else? Or...
There's a joke here that Alistair wouldn't make that Ezra would make. And if he was more like me, he would look up and be like, asking for an encore? Really? But, this man is, like, 75% less snarky than I am, which, again, is
we can work on that. Don't worry, we'll get there for him.
It's at that Julian Springwood stands up out of his chair, using his cane to pivot around toward the back of the room where Saint has just walked in.
I just want to make it clear, I am still armed. I'm still holding my machete, which has blood on it, just to add that aspect to this moment.
Big final girl energy.
Locking eyes with you, the exorcist, and looking down at your bloodied machete. Springwood, a powerful psychic who can read all of your minds, is completely caught off guard and mumbles a quick and quiet, "Oh, damn."
Yes!
What you've just been listening to was ParaScience, a glimpse into a world unknown. It was an actual play horror adventure told to you through the Fate system. Our players are Ezra Kaye as Agent Alister McAndrews and Matty Trumbo-Gomes as capable young man St. Garcia Flores. As for myself, I was your game master and disembodied voice, Ben Hamlin. I also produced this show. Our theme song is by the incorporeal Johnny Rinaldo, and our logo was created by the haunted visage of Terra Bosart. We are currently in the process of remastering and transcribing earlier episodes of the show, and for that I would like to thank Glory Duda, Marcel Hood, and Julie Cooper, as they write down our every word and weave an intricate web of audio for you. You can stay tuned to our social media channels for more information on these developments. This show is brought to you by Infinity Break, where we're telling stories our own way. You can follow us on social media at InfinityBreak23 and check out our website for all of our other podcasts at InfinityBreak.net. We appreciate you listening to this program. If you want to help spread the word, there are a good many ways to do that. Word of mouth helps us immensely, and you can add us at ParaSciencePod on Twitter. And while you're at it, why not tag InfinityBreak23? We have a Patreon at patreon.com/InfinityBreak, where you can start donating to Infinity Break for as little as $1 a month. And if you listen to Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a review. Lastly, I would encourage you to join the haunted chorus of voices at the Infinity Break fan Discord. That's bit.ly/InfinityTalk, capital I Infinity, capital T Talk. That's all for now. Let ParaScience never let you sleep. Like a knocking sound from the attic, or a drop of blood from the ceiling. Be careful where you step this chapter.